Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, human beings of all ages, welcome to the Vibrations with Vito podcast. I am your host, Vito. Episode 39. A lot of different emotions right now, not gonna lie. I got a lot of stuff to do today. Feeling a little nervy, but eager, like a good nervous eagerness. But I do feel good. Another day, another opportunity to be a good person, another opportunity to impact other people, another opportunity at life, So you gotta take the good with the bad. Be grateful. We're blessed. You woke up today, you're blessed. So I'm gonna get right to it. The message of the week. The message of the week is you're gonna be alright. You're going to be alright. You're going to be fine. It might not seem that way in the moment when something is bothering you. You know what I mean? Whether it's physical or mental or emotional, whatever you're going through. Oh, 1 for 1, we love it. Whatever you're going through, you're going to be fine. Take a deep breath, take a step back, analyze the situation, focus on what you need to do first. And do that. Not what you want to do. Focus on what you need to do. Do that. Take a step back. Put your faith in God. And trust that God will take you where you need to be. Because that's really what it is. That's really what it is. Have faith. But everything is going to be alright. You're going to be fine. That's the message of the week. Put your volume up. That is beautiful. Every single time. Every time. Life is crazy. Alright? That's what I want to start. Life is crazy. I hope you are drinking and sipping on something right now. If you're not, though, I hope you're smiling. I hope you had a great week. Hope you have a great day. It's the holiday season, So smile. Cheers. Salud, my friends. Beautiful. All right, I want to lead this episode off with some words of wisdom. This is from a book called The Chicken Soup for the Soul. I have to put my real glasses on. But I want you to feel me. I really want you to feel me. Take these words because when I was reading them, I felt everything I said. So I'm going to start with a quote here. It's from Confucius. Consideration for others is the basis of a good life, a good society. And I want to focus on that word consideration. I'm going to get back to that in the show. You'll see where I'm going. This was called The Golden Rules for Living. I really want you to feel this. If you open it, close it. If you turn it on, turn it off. If you unlock it, lock it up. If you break it, admit it. If you can't fix it, call in someone who can. If you borrow it, return it. If you value it, take care of it. If you make a mess, clean it up. If you move it, put it back. If it belongs to someone else and you want to use it, get permission. If you don't know how to operate it, leave it alone. If it's none of your business, don't ask questions. If it will brighten someone's day, say it. If it will tarnish someone's reputation, keep it to yourself. The golden rules for living. When I read those, I felt it, felt everything. So I hope that resonated with you. I'm going to go with a quote here. This is from Arnold Toynbee. 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 As human beings, we are endowed with freedom of choice, and we cannot shuffle off our responsibility upon the shoulders of God or nature. We must shoulder it ourselves. It is up to us. Boom. Okay? I got a few more to read. This is where the true message is. Here we go. This was called The Rules for Being Human. Number 1, you will receive a body. You may like it or hate it, but it will be yours for the entire period. Number 2, you will learn lessons. You are enrolled in a full-time informal school called life. Each day in this school, you will learn lessons. You may like the lessons or think them irrelevant and stupid. Number 3, there are no mistakes, only lessons. This one is one of them that I could dispute. So I'm under the impression that a mistake is only a mistake if you repeat it more than once. That's how I feel. Because when you do it once, you recognize that that was a mistake. So then when you learn from it and don't repeat that mistake, I don't think it's a mistake. That was a lesson learned. But if you are making the same mistake time in and time out, that's a mistake that you keep repeating. That to me, that's what a mistake is when you know it's wrong. You know what I mean? But if you learn from that mistake and you don't do it again, I think that would be a lesson. So, all right, so there are no mistakes, only lessons. Here we go. Growth is a process of trial and error, experimentation. The failed experiments are as much a part of the process as the experiment that ultimately works. I agree. Ooh, here we go. This is kind of what I was just saying. Number 4, a lesson is repeated until learned. A lesson will be presented to you in various forms until you have learned it. Once learned, you then go on to the next lesson. Number 5, learning lessons does not end. There is no part of life that does not contain its lessons. If you are alive, there are lessons to be learned. I agree. This one's a good one. There, spelled T-H-E-R-E, is no better than here. When your there has become a here, you will simply obtain another there that will again look better than here. What I take from that is live in the moment. There's no better moment than the moment you're living in. You shouldn't want to be somewhere else. Granted, I want to be in Italy right now, but I'm here now in the state of Pennsylvania, being around people that I want to be around. You know what I mean? Doing things that I want to do. Trying to, I should say. But there's nothing better than the moment, here, the now. Boom. This one, really, this is the good one. Number 7, others are merely mirrors of you. You cannot love or hate something about another person unless it reflects something you love or hate about yourself. I'm a big proponent of that. Surround yourself with people that will surround yourself with people that you can learn from. Surround yourself with people that love you, make you feel loved, appreciate you, and just surround yourself with people who are supportive, people that want to see you be a great person and they want to see you succeed. So you are who you hang out with. That's an old quote. I don't know who said it first, excuse me. But you are who you hang out with. So if you hang out with a bunch of scumbags, breaking news, you're probably a scumbag. If you hang out with a bunch of great people who people talk about in a high regard, they probably talk about you that way. So surround yourself with better people. And if I'm blessed that the people that I surround myself with are great people, so I don't have to find other people to, you know what I mean, that I want to be around. We can all mingle together, you know, go this way, go that way. Surround yourself with people that you're proud to be around. You know what I mean? So this book, Chicken Soup for the Soul, had a lot of hidden gems in it, right? And the last thing that I want to read that I was able to capture from this book was a quote from Mother Teresa. Everybody knows Mother Teresa. This is important too. You need to hear this one. Spread love everywhere you go. First of all, in your own house. Give love to your children, to your wife or husband, to a next door neighbor. Let no one ever come to you without leaving better and happier. Be the living expression of God's kindness. Kindness in your face, kindness in your eyes, kindness in your smile, kindness in your warm greeting. Spread love. Spread love everywhere you go. This world lacks love. There should be an abundance of love, and there's a lack of it. God is love. God is love. So I think if you're lacking something, seek out God to help fill the void. Now, you can't have God fill the void. God should be present in your life. But if he isn't, seek him out, because God is love. And we need more love. So shout out to Mother Teresa. Rest in peace. One of the best mothers to ever do it. I saw that and it really impacted me. I had a better day when I was reading that because I was really understanding and soaking in what I was reading. So I hope to hear that from me. I hope that did something for you as well. I want to take this time to shout out to my homie Dustin. He gave me an emergency haircut. I got this wonderful wedding on Sunday, and I need to look as fresh as possible. So he stepped in. Great guy. Honestly, I want to get him on the pod soon because he's doing something pretty spectacular in January, and I think he should come on the show, and we should talk about it. But shout out to Dustin. You'll probably end up seeing his face, folks, but yeah, shout out to him. I'll probably end up seeing him later, to be honest. But yeah, so I got a lot coming up this weekend, so let's get to that. In a few hours, I'm going to be at this meet and greet with Michael Vick. Shout out to Michael Vick, my favorite NFL player of all time. I'm taking a picture with him. There was an option to do the autograph or the picture, and to me that was a no-brainer. The picture, picture way better. Maybe down the line he could sign the picture that we take. But the basis of me doing this, besides wanting to actually see him because I love Michael Vick I'm one of his biggest fans for sure. I want to see if there's the possibility maybe of him coming onto this podcast. So I had those business cards made out. Shout out to Gianna for helping me do that. But I'm going to give him, I should put 7 in my hand and give him 7 because that was his number. Put 7 cards, and I just want to see, number 1, would he be willing to do it? And number 2, how much will it take? Because clearly he's not going to do it for free, unless he really fucks me, but who knows? I'm hopeful, but I am nervous. I don't know why. It's just, when I know I have to, speak, I often, psych myself out. So I just hope, I'll be all right. I'll be cool, calm, and collected, but I just want him to take the card out of my hand and consider it. That's all. But so that's later tonight. In a few days, 2 days, I have my cousin Salvatore's wedding. Shout out to Filomena and Salvatore. Beautiful couple. Can't wait to be there. It should be an amazing wedding in Staten Island. Can't wait to see everybody that side of the family I love. You know what I mean? Put a bunch of hot-blooded Italians in a room with some nice suits and dresses, and you're going to have a great time. I'm going to try not to get too drunk, but there's going to be wine there, so they're asking for trouble. I'm so excited to put this suit on that I have. I have a 3-piece suit. Haven't worn a 3-piece suit, honestly, maybe ever. But if I have, it was a long time ago. Let me put my glasses back on. Hold on. I'm why can't I see things? Here we go. The confidence is back, folks. So, yeah. I have a 3-piece suit. I can't wait to put it on. Can't wait to be there. While I'm talking about it, this episode and all future episodes are sponsored by Lo Duca Pizza in Brooklyn, New York. The address is 14 Newkirk Plaza, Brooklyn, New York. The phone number is 718-859-1501. Again, 718-859-1501. Shout out to everybody at Lo Duca Pizza. Zio Pino, te voglio bene tanto. Everybody, Salvatore, can't wait to see you. I just big supporters of the show, so I really appreciate that. I guess I definitely could talk about the suit because when this episode comes out, the wedding will have passed. It's an emerald green suit. Emerald green, that shit is fire. I definitely have a problem. I'll call it a problem, but it's a healthy problem because having suits, there's nothing wrong with a lot of suits, but the suits I have, I'm kind of worried because when am I wearing them again, I got that pink suit that I wore in Italy. I wore that maroon suit for Vincenzo's christening. And now I got a green suit for this wedding, so we're, whatever. I like it. It's a nice obsession. It's a good problem to have, I like to say. But yeah, so shout out to everybody on that whole side of the family. Can't wait to celebrate. their marriage, you know? So cheers. This one's to La Duca Pizza and everybody involved. This is something that needs to be said as well. These are my last few days being the age of 24. And saying that, I sound old in my head. Like, yeah, most people are like, oh, you're going to turn 25, you're still young. I feel so old. I was just in high school. I would say I'm just in high school, but I really wasn't. It was a long time ago. But it's wild to me. It's wild. I'm about to be 25. 24, man. This shit. As a whole, the age of 24 wasn't the best. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I was sad often. Like, I would put myself, like, mentally, emotionally, like, in a hole, kind of. But you got to be strong like bull. Strong like bull. And I'm trying. You know, I try to distract myself as much as possible. Try not to focus on the shit that bothers me. You know, but it's easier said than done for sure. But this year, the age of 24 didn't treat me the way that I, wanted it to go. But we persevere. We tried to, I should say. So hopefully 25 is a much better year financially, emotionally, and mentally. That would be amazing. I really would appreciate that. So God, if you're listening, which I know you always are, please, let's facilitate. Let's power through and make this year a great year. So we're starting off properly because Squad and I, shout out to Corey and shout out to Nick, we are going to Atlantic City for my birthday. I've never been to Atlantic City. So I don't know really what to expect. I've been to Las Vegas, so I guess it's a little comparable, but Vegas was phenomenal. So I don't know if Atlantic City will live up to that hype. Probably not, but I am excited. Hotels booked, and from there on out, we're just going to go with the flow, So hopefully everyone's safe, and we all have a good time, and no one really is in that hole financially when we leave. We're only going for a day. I think that's enough. 2 nights would have been crazy. So yeah, there's some stuff to look forward to, but this is what I want to say. So the age of 24, what I learned, the lessons I was learning is time is valuable. Time is very valuable. Time is honestly made up. So you get to choose what you want to do with your time. No one's ever too busy. They choose to do with that time what they want, So nobody's ever that busy. So when they say they're busy, that means they're busy for you. Time is valuable. Spend it wisely. Use it wisely. I want to say thank you to everyone who is in my life and really in my life, reaches out to me. We hang out. We talk often. You know what I mean? And you know who you are. They keep me grounded. They keep me full of life. They keep me eager for this life thing. You know what I mean? I read earlier, we're in a school called life. I never was a fan of school, but this school I like. So I want to say thanks to everyone who supports me, supports the show, who loves me, for me, regardless of anything else, loves me for me, uplifts me, just wants to see me do better and be better. So I got a good understanding of who those people are this year. I've known, it's not like more this year, but I have felt more in tune with that this year, I should say. So yeah, thank you to everybody. And while I'm on that topic, I just want to say, if you're watching this and you're not subscribed to the YouTube, can you please do so? Please. And if you're listening on Apple and Spotify, I really appreciate you. You should send this podcast to somebody you know and you like and you want them to listen. That would mean a lot. I'm on TikTok and Instagram, same name, Vibrations with Vito. Yeah, no. Like I was saying that this year wasn't the best year, but I did start a podcast this year, and I clearly care for this podcast and will continue to do the podcast. So for that, I'm grateful, But just there was a lot of other variables and stuff like that that weren't the best. That's all. But yeah, last episode, age of 24. Started it by myself. I wish Dina was here. She's got a very busy day. She's got 2 papers due today, I believe, and she's going to Atlantic City tonight. She got an A in her psychology class. So for that, cheers to you, Dina, the executive producer. Would expect nothing less though. Brilliant gal. So Dina, love you. But yeah, the first episode was me by myself on camera. And we're going to end this year like this, But okay. I have, this is a part of this show where I'm going to go on a little bit of a rant. Okay, so here we go. About a week and a half ago, I went on a date, which is rare. I don't go on dates, you know what I mean? So I went on this date with this lady, and we went on a 6-hour date. 6 hours is a lot of time. That's almost a whole work day. Okay? 6 hours. I had a phenomenal time. Phenomenal. And I'm going to be real. The single best first date I've ever had. Ever. No shame in saying that. It is what it is. Now, you might be asking, where are we going with this? Where we're going with this is that great date resulted in absolutely nothing. It actually resulted in ghosting, which is great. That's one of my favorite activities to partake in, where, you just get ghosted and you can't get a response and you don't know. You're stuck between, do I text again and maybe be annoying, or do I accept defeat? And we chose the second option. We accepted defeat. But this is my problem. This is the rant. It is so easy to communicate. That's all. It's so easy to communicate. So if something happened, which I don't think anything happened, it went swimmingly. It was great. I had a great time. Now, at one point did I feel she wants to leave, because I'm really good at reading people, and the energy that I was reading and taking in was she likes me, and I I liked her. That night, it was amazing. I couldn't have had any complaints. There wasn't one complaint, which is dumb. Anyway, she ends the night by saying, "Do you want to see me again?" And I'm like, fucking right, I do. Do you want to see me again? And she played like she was teasing me. She's like, do I want to see? And then she said, yeah, great. Okay, cool. So we were supposed to hang out the next day. Didn't communicate too well, but it is what it is. We didn't hang out that day. And then I didn't hear from her until 2 days later. She texted me, apologized that she couldn't get back, blah, blah, blah. Fine. That was the first red flag. But, we didn't talk 2 days later. I'm the last person to say something in the message. I said, I want to see you ASAP. As long as you want to see me, with the emoji where he's like peeking through his hands. And she said in all yes, bunch of S's, and was like, I want to see you again, blah, blah, blah. So now I'm like, okay, good, we're good. Maybe she's just not the best communicator via text, But she's on social media. She's looking at me posting on social media, but not answering my text. And this was last Thursday. Today's Friday. I have not heard from her. I shot her a text asking her a question. I'm not going to repeat the question. Which I was just, being considerate. So I said earlier in the show, consideration, right? Okay, so I was being considerate and respectful, and I asked her a specific question, and she did not answer it, left me undelivered, and then continued to, like, she's on social media and looking at my stuff, because like, it tells you on Instagram who's looking at your story. So something happened. I don't know if, like, there was an old fling or something that got reignited, or she just can't tell me that she doesn't want to go on another date, which is corny. That's corny. That's rude. To me, that's disrespectful. To me, there's no consideration there. You could simply just say, like, would I have liked to read if she texted me and said, hey, I did have a good time, but I don't see this going any further? Yeah, that would bother me. But that's a much easier pill to swallow than being ghosted and seeing you look at my shit on social media, but you can't text me back. Like, that's corny. That's the second red flag, and I think that's all I need to know. So consideration. This generation fucking sucks. That's how I feel. But my problem is I had such a good time. That was it. And now I'm like, she left me in limbo with the not texting me thing. But maybe that's God telling me that if this continued, she wasn't for me anyway, you know? But who knows? So I'm not going to get a response back. But even if I ever do, I'm just going to keep it real. I only know how to keep it real and say how I feel. So if we ever have a conversation again, I'm going to say, like, listen, how you handled me in that whole situation, corny as fuck. That's what I would say. But so, excellent first date resulted in ghosting. Great. Can't ask for anything better, right, folks? Shit was, oh my goodness, I'm getting hot over here. Shit's been bothering me for the last almost 2 weeks now, for sure. I was just like, what the hell happened? And then, you know, my mind wanders, so I'm like, did something happen to her? But clearly not, just posted on social media. Anyway. I'm out of the dating game again for a while. We took a long break, got back on the bus. The bus driver kicked me off, and now I'm not getting on the bus anytime soon. My sisters told me something great. Shout out to Phyllis. She said, make yourself more unavailable. And I think I need to start doing that, because I told her, you know, like, any time you can hang out, I can probably hang out. Because I'm being real. Like, my schedule is very flexible and very open. You know what I mean? So I make time for the things that I want, you know? And I wanted to go on a date with her. I wanted to get to know her, spend some time with her. And we spent 6 motherfucking hours together. 6. And not once was I like, I gotta go. You know, because you make up some lie and you're like, oh, my homie's his train arrives at 9:30. I gotta go pick him up. No, I didn't do any of that. I was really enjoying her company. But make yourself more unavailable is a thing I think I will be taking into the 25th year of my birth. So she said she watches the show, but probably not now. So if you're watching this, you did this. I didn't do it. You did it. Let me finish the rest of this glass before I throw this microphone. Fucking crazy. That's it for today. We got a lot of shit to do later. This is it. Tough pill to swallow, folks. Tough pill to swallow. But in the words of DMX, what type of games are being played? How's it going down? It's on till it's gone, then I got to know now. Is you with me or what? Come on, man. Come on. Is you with me or what? She's clearly not with me. But what type of games are being played? Why are we playing games? This is the thing. Why are we playing games? I'm about to be 25. She's 23. You're 23 years old. You're still playing games. Just tell me, you know, tell me you're not feeling me or you don't want to go on another date. No problem. No problem. Sorry. That's what I would say. Sorry. Thank you for your time. I appreciate it. I had a great time. Thanks for your time. Good luck in your life. No, now it's like, no, there's no animosity or hard feelings in that way. So let me not say that. But I saw a thing on TikTok. It was like, you thought I was feeling you? That song from Ice Spice. So it was like, you thought I was feeling you? And he was like, well, I was, fucking dummy. And he was like, you ruined it. So yeah, she did ruin it. But I digress. I digress. In other news, sports news, the Phillies signed arguably the best shortstop in baseball, Trey Turner, to I think it was a 10-year deal for $300 million, which is unbelievable. We just hand out money. It's fake. Money's fake because Bryce is on a $330 million contract now. This guy's on $300 million. Money's fake. They print it. No value in it. We'll go Phillies. They're not satisfied with making the World Series. They want to win it. So they made a splash or two in pitching. We needed some pitchers, and they got somebody. I can't remember his name. He was on the Mets, though. But, so shout out to the Phillies. Eagles won last week. I know me and my sister were wearing our jerseys. We were hoping they were going to win. Shout out to Angela. If you haven't seen or listened to that episode, you should go back. Episode 38 featuring Angela. But, yeah, they kind of handled the Titans very easily. Derrick Henry ran for like 30 yards. Great. So the Eagles are 11-1, best team in the NFL. It's kind of crazy that some people don't think that Jalen Hurts is unanimously the MVP. His team's the best, and he is the driving force behind it. So typically that's what results in people winning MVPs, but I guess not because he's from Philly. But he's not from Philly. He's on Philly, excuse me. World Cup. I just watched Croatia beat Brazil in the penalty shootout. That was great. As an Italian, we never want to see Brazil win a World Cup, ever. Or anything, honestly. We Brazilians and the Italians, when it comes just to football/soccer, we don't get along. We're our probably biggest rivals, the two. It's four of us, actually. So look, as an Italian, we don't like the Brazilians. I'm talking only soccer/football right now. We don't like the Brazilians, we don't like the Germans, and we don't like the French. That's right. Everybody else, neutral, in my view. That's how I would say. But my dad hates everybody. He literally hates everybody. But yeah, I want Argentina to win. They play in an hour. They just started. They play the Netherlands. I think they win, but you never know. This World Cup has been extremely unpredictable, so nobody knows. I want to end with some breaking news that happened yesterday in the world. I like talking about current events, giving my opinion. I talked about this before on this show. Brittney Griner is back in the United States. And that's nice. That's a nice headline, right? They got her out of prison for something stupid. Let's put that out there. She got in trouble for weed. The world needs to give up on this whole marijuana as a drug thing. Clearly it's not. It has a lot of health benefits. That might be a stretch to say that sentence, but it is helpful for people who have problems. That's a true fact. Pain management, people who have cancer and they can't hold down food, I should say. They get a hold of cannabis and they get an appetite. I remember I did a project on, I did an essay the one year I went to college. I did a persuasive essay to legalize weed in the whole United States. And I talked about, for medicinal purposes, there was a 6-year-old girl who was having 14 seizures a day. 14 a day. They were trying all these kinds of pills and other medication, and nothing was working. And the doctor was telling her that, like, if they don't do something, one of these days, one of these seizures would be fatal. So they tried CBD oil, and they would put 1 drop of CBD oil in her Honey Nut Cheerios, and she hasn't had a seizure in over 5 years. But this was also when I did the paper, so it was 5 years when I said that. So it's probably up to 8 years now. If God willing, she hasn't had a seizure, but the CBD oil helped her tremendously. So what I'm saying is the world needs to get over this. Weed is a gateway drug and this and that. Weed is not a gateway drug. I think if you want to do other things, you do them. You made that up in your mind regardless. You just started using weed beforehand. It's not that big of a deal. It's just not. It's just not. So, moral of the story. Let's get back to the story, I should say. So Brittney Griner got in trouble in Russia for having a vape pen with marijuana in it, the oil, the THC oil, and she was in jail for I don't know how many months in Russia. Clearly not good living conditions. She was in trouble. But what could we do? And you know what we did? We traded the Merchant of Death. What a nickname. We traded the Merchant of Death for Brittney Griner. And if I was grading the trade, I'd give it an F. I said in the beginning of this rant, I'm grateful that she's home. She should have been home a long time ago. She shouldn't have been in trouble anyway for weed, but she did. She's an idiot for bringing it to Russia, knowing how they feel about this, and then bringing it in thinking you can be slick and sly. Doesn't work like that. So she's an idiot for bringing it, unfortunate for getting in trouble, and then, but now we had to let go of somebody who's really dangerous, aka the Merchant of Death, an arms dealer. He supplies, I should say. He's probably going to get right back to it, actually. But he supplied so many guns and ammunition and all that kind of jazz to terrorists all over the world. And we traded him for a girl who played basketball. Again, I don't know how that makes me sound. That's really just how I feel. I think it was dumb. I do think it was dumb, but I'm happy she's home. Because she shouldn't have been locked away for what she got locked away for. But this guy is free now. And I think when criminals go to jail, they don't, most of the time, when they come back home, they usually resort back to what got them in trouble. So you think this guy's just going to be a philanthropist now? No, he's probably going to get back on the market and dealing guns and shit. We got guns and shit. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not happy about it, but I'm happy that she's home. So I guess shout out to Brittney Griner. This glass is for you. I don't know. I'm speaking my mind though, folks. I'll tell you that. I remember talking about it. I don't know what episode. It was me by myself though, but I just was saying that I didn't agree with my stance really hasn't changed since. I guess they had to do what they had to do. They left the Marine over there, but apparently, he wasn't a typical Marine. He got in trouble for espionage and shit like that. So they should have did a 2-for-1 though. Like, give up the Marine, and Brittney, and we'll give you this guy. Like, terrible negotiation skills. That's all I'm saying. But I hope the Marine just comes home because nobody should be in jail over there. You know what I mean? I just hope everybody. I wish everybody just chilled out. Chilled. Why can't everybody chill? Turn on the Vibrations podcast and get a glass of wine and just relax and maybe laugh. You know what I mean? Hopefully you laugh. That's what I do this for, to make somebody laugh. I feel the most whole and full when I make somebody laugh. So hopefully I made you laugh here. But yeah, so Brittney, welcome home. Fucking crazy. I can't. I still can't believe that one. Let's not forget where she swore she could beat DeMarcus Cousins 101 basketball. That shit was ridiculous. Like, if I had to bet, I would bet literally everything in my savings account on DeMarcus Cousins to win that game. Even now, Cousins is washed up now, and he would whoop her ass just because he's so much bigger than her, number one, and the skill set is just different, I watch her play. She plays in slow motion. She's just big as shit. She's 7 foot tall. Everyone else, what other girl is 7 foot tall? Not many. I don't know if she's in the WNBA anymore. I don't think she is. I think wasn't she playing in Russia? Oh, I wish Dina was here. I'm looking where she would be sitting. Wasn't she? I think she was playing in Russia. Either way, she should come back to the WNBA. Those ticket sales will probably go up. You know what I mean? So it's all about business. Oh man, I don't really have much else to say, folks. Be considerate of others. That should have been the message of the week. But I will stick by the message of the week. Everything will be fine. You're going to be fine. Take a deep breath, focus on what you need to focus on, and put God first. Because God will take you where you need to be. But be considerate of other people and communicate. It's so easy. You probably have your phone in your hand right the fuck now. So if there's someone you left undelivered or read, depending on how bold you are, text them. Tell them. Communicate. Speak your mind. Speak your mind. Keep it real. Keep it real. What's real is not going to be ignored. Word to DMX. Rest in peace to the dog DMX. His birthday's coming up, December 18th. 3 days after mine. So if you're listening to this, yes, December 15th is my birthday. Text me if you have my number. Message me on any social media platform, because I would appreciate it if you just wish me happy birthday. And when I know it's somebody's birthday, I say happy birthday, because I would want to be wished happy birthday. And I am petty. If you don't wish me a happy birthday, I'm not wishing you one. And I have a mental note. So, I keep a mental note. So, folks, I hope you enjoyed yourselves this episode. I certainly did. Let's hope and pray that Michael Vick wants to come on the pod. That would be life-changing. I would be so honored to have him on. So, yeah, let's hope and pray, fingers crossed, that he would like to come on the program. But, yeah, I'm looking forward to going to this wedding. Can't wait. You'll see some pictures, don't worry. But like I said, hope you enjoyed this. Find me, Apple, Spotify, Anchor. If you want to listen on Anchor, shout out to Anchor. On YouTube, on TikTok, on Instagram, all under the name Vibrations with Vito. Cheers. Ciao for now.